Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SavvyCast. This is Jamie, and I'm so grateful that you're joining us today, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast. I'm super excited about my guest today. She is a adorable young female entrepreneur who has built a beautiful business, Lucy Grymes, fabulous, beautiful paper goods that are practical for those of us who love to entertain, but maybe don't want all the hassle. So I would like to welcome, as my guest today, founder of Lucy Grymes, Lucy Dean. Lucy, thank you so much for being here today.
I am so excited to be here. And something you don't know is you were one of the first blogger influencers, whatever you call it, that I followed when I started Lucy Grimes. This is quite full circle for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you for telling me that, because I wonder, does anyone beside, my family watch or view, but not really. I mean, we do have a nice following, but I'm so glad that you followed me in the beginning, because actually you did not reach out to me. I reached out to you because I saw your paper goods somewhere and just was so intrigued. And I am amazed because you are young. Do you mind telling your age?
I'm 31.
Well, you are adorable. And to have your own business, I absolutely love featuring successful young female entrepreneurs. And I'm just ready to dig into your business. But first, I want to start with my icebreaker question that I ask everyone. Lucy, what would you choose as your last meal?
Okay, my last meal would be, and this is my favorite, it's not my favorite food in the sense that I would eat it every day. Favorite food, that's pizza, but it's like my favorite indulgence, which I think would be your last meal, right?
Sure.
And it would be a Chicago dog. You know what a Chicago dog is?
Okay, now I am a hot dog fanatic, and believe it or not, I've never had a Chicago dog, but I know it's like the sauce and the what.
Yeah, so
Explain a Chicago dog.
it's a steamed sesame bun. And I think the hot dog has to be boiled, which I know sounds disgusting, but then it's like this green relish, it's these hot peppers, it's big tomato quarters, and it has a pickle spear. So it's all the toppings and the bun that make a Chicago dog what it is. And they're freaking delicious.
Oh,
And it's kind of funny because my mom's craving when she was pregnant with me was Chicago dogs. And I've always loved Chicago dogs. So as my last meal is kind of fitting too as well.
okay. And that just goes to show no one can make me believe that what you eat during pregnancy does not pass on to your children, because I mean, that's so cute. Now I'm going to find out now, first of all, where you are in DC, correct?
I'm in DC. Yep.
So do you is your favorite Chicago dog like at a food truck, or is there like a hot dog place or eatery?
I've never gotten one in DC. There was like a stand in Colorado where I grew up where I'd always get them. And forever when I'd fly home from school, I'd fly through the Chicago airport and I'd always get one in the Chicago airport. But it's from the company Portillo's. And you can actually now order the kits, overnight the kits. It's only like $60 for 10 hot dog servings of stuff, and you can make them at home. So for my 30th birthday, which was during COVID, that's what we did.
Okay, I want you to repeat that, because you know what? This is so neat that you're sharing this. We have a small group, which is about 10 couples, and we have them every Monday and we feed them. And right now we're in kitchen renovation, and I don't have my kitchen. I'm going to order Chicago dogs, and we're actually having it next week. What's the name of the place you can order?
The company that does it's Portillo's.
Portillos.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Boy, you are full of
You know
help.
what sidetrack from the paper goods, but this is a good party trick for my other party trick for, since you're an entertaining destination, my
Yes.
other party trick for if you're going to someone's house for like the weekend, or, more of like a bigger event, maybe it's someone's big birthday or anniversary, is from Island Creek Oysters. You overnight their oysters. They're super affordable. Island Creek are like the fanciest oysters in the US. It's what all the five-star, I
Oh,
guess you don't call it five-star, all the big restaurants like French Laundry stuff use their oysters. It's
oh,
super affordable, and you just have to order by 3 p.m. East Coast time, and they arrive the next morning.
oh,
So good. You just have to have a shucker in the group, but usually the men like to shuck and, macho, but
and
it's a
they're
great
raw.
party trick. They're raw.
Now, do you
Mhm.
have an option for
You can
those?
cook them if you want, but they're so affordable. It's a great party trick, and people would think they'd be really expensive, but they're not.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Lucy, when you said party tricks, I fell in love with you even more. You're going to be, this is going to be the best podcast. Okay, Lucy, I want you, okay, so you grew up in Colorado and tell us about, you grew up, where did you go to college and what got you on the journey to where you are today in Washington, D.C. with this successful business, Lucy Grymes?
Well, I went to college at Bucknell University, which is in Pennsylvania. It's a
Bucknell.
it's a
Okay.
Patriot League school. Every now and then we make it to March Madness and have some upsets, so people know us sometimes by that.
Oh my goodness. What led you to Bucknell?
I went to high school on the East Coast, and it's a lot of people go to Bucknell. It's like stereotypical Northeastern liberal arts experience and education. So,
So it's like if you grew up like I did, you're going to go probably to Auburn or Alabama. Very stereotypical
yes.
for the Southeast, Yeah. Okay. So Bucknell is one of the big choices if
It's
you
not
grew up.
it's like a liberal arts school. So it's like there's like a probably enclave of like 10 or 15 little liberal arts schools people go to, and it's just one of those.
Okay. So what did your parents do?
My mom was a mom. She had 3 girls in
Good.
years, so she
Awesome.
was in finance until then, and then
Awesome for her.
and then my dad's in real estate.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
boring.
So you went okay, so did either of them, or I know in your about page, which I love, you talk about ever since you were a young girl, you were obsessed with color and pattern. You knew that, and you said you had a collection of fabric scraps, and you always wanted new floral bedding for your birthday since you were 6, and you had at college, you said the infamous wall of scarves. Did
Yes,
you decorate your wall with scarves?
I'm a scarf lady, which I don't have one on right now because it's
I am too,
so
and I don't have
hot,
mine on.
but
Yeah.
I'm like known as a scarf lady.
Yeah.
Um, yes, I hung on my big wall curtain rods, like long curtain rods, and just had a ton of scarves tied on them. And it's like kind of sick and wasteful to say, but so I got over 100 scarves. Now I pared it down and I go, less is more, nicer quality, and I'm more that way. But yes, I was a scarf lady.
It
So
did.
I went from Bucknell and I made it to DC because I was doing IT consulting, which DC is very consulting-esque place. Anyone listening to this from DC will be like, oh, of course, classic.
Now, so IT, where did you get a degree in that?
No, I don't even know how I got that job. I just applied and I got it and I took it.
Oh, oh my goodness.
I
Okay.
got through it with Google. I Googled everything. IT is like a different language, but I was doing it. I was like, I need to do something more creative. And I thought I would be an interior designer. My mom always loved interior design. So I kind of grew up familiar with it.
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't think I care about someone's lighting. I don't really care about their kitchen counter finish. Maybe that's not for me. All I
Hmm.
really care about is the wallpaper and the fabric. So I went back to school and got a certificate in textile design from RISD, Rhode Island School Design.
Oh,
And I started Lucy Grymes because even though I love wallpaper and textiles, it's a very expensive business to get into. And I figured I need to make my mistakes smarter and cheaper. But now I love the paper world. So I'm here.
okay. Well, I'm just going to tell you, Lucy, before we dig into all of the ways that viewers and listeners can use your products, they're absolutely beautiful. And I just referenced the fact that we're in the middle of a kitchen renovation, soon to be bathroom as well. And I have been looking at, my designer has been sending me wallpaper swatches. And then I'll go on and I'll Google whether it's Tableau or Scalamand or whatever the company, and I'll look at a lot of your papers are right in line with the higher end wallpapers that I've been
Thank you.
looking at. I've seen some very similar looks, and I'm like, because when I first saw your papers, I was like, wow, what unique patterns with like the Bengal tigers and all that. I'm seeing a lot of that in these high end wallpaper companies as well, that same look. So you obviously are very in the know about what's hot, what's trending, and also classic, but your papers are just beautiful. So Lucy, for everyone, just start from the beginning and tell us what Lucy Grymes is about and what you offer.
Okay, so Lucy Grymes is, well, the point or the idea behind it is to help people make their entertaining effortless but beautiful. You know, you can add those extra layers to your table without having to put much thought into it. And it started, I got the idea originally with, and we'll go through the different products, my paper vase wraps, which for those of you that are on the podcast, it's like an origami inspired shape that's a sleeve that'll go over a drinking glass, a can, a mason jar. The idea is it's a sleeve that just goes over anything you have in your kitchen, and it makes it look like a really cool, unique vase. And some of them are just like colored paper or metallic gold. And then some of them are like a chinoiserie, which is like, or a design I've painted.
Well, can you explain chinoiserie? And I'm very uneducated. I mean, I'm not real cultured, but when I go to the wallpaper places and it says pick your theme, it'll say toile, geometric, and then it'll say chinoiserie. What is chinoiserie?
Chinoiserie is, its roots are Chinese, I want to say exactly.
Oh, okay. Sort of an Asian. Is it like an Asian toile?
Yes, it's the classic is blue and white, but it'll, you know, there's red and white. There in the South, everyone likes the blue and white. So
okay, yeah, because I did click on some, and
ginger jars are all like chinoiserie. A lot what the patterns you see on ginger jars.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And I love toile. And when I clicked on the chinoiserie, I thought these are so pretty. They look like toile, but they're a little bit different.
Yes.
I didn't realize it was just the color and the Asian influence.
It definitely stemmed from there, but then that was a long time ago. Like that was a long time ago. So
yeah. Okay. Well, show us because let me just tell you.
Well, I'll show this. The vases, you get 3 different shapes together in one box. So, because you have to design an odd. So you need a little eclectic set to go down your table, right? We need to make it easy. And they come in a box and there's 3 shapes. The YouTube people, I'll show you. I have to put it back together.
Okay. And let me say this. I want people, this will all be in show notes, but Lucy just said something that I want to highlight as a tip. You design in odds. Can you explain to everyone what you mean? This is a huge tip. I did learn this a few years ago, and this is a game changer. Explain. You design in odd numbers.
I don't know honestly, because I didn't study interior design and such, but it's just a fact that I've known just from growing up around my mom and being a little bit in the world, is that you always do odds. So 3s, 5s, and you start to realize when you see evens, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right.
Yeah. That one tip is a game changer, because if you're out shopping and you see, say, a beautiful candle or whatever, you think, okay, I've got this candle, I'll put a vase of flowers with it, and then I just need one more thing, and then I've got a vignette. I've got a pretty little, that's all I need. Or if you have a bigger space, do 5 or 7. Thank you for bringing that up, because I think that's a helpful tip. So would you hold your party vases up?
So
your wraps.
You just put it together with a little lock tab, but then it's just a sleeve.
Oh my goodness, that is so.
I have a water glass right here, so it just goes right over the water glass.
Oh my! And you know what, Lucy? That does not look one bit like paper to me. That is beautiful.
Flowers just come out the top.
Okay, what color is that? I'm ordering that. What
this
color?
Tiffany with gold. It's like a
Tiffany blue.
Gold.
Okay, that's
one of our more popular ones. The chinoiserie set that's really popular. We have our gold and white's popular, but it comes with as you can see for the YouTube people, 3 different shapes.
Oh, so if you order the vase wrap, you're going to get you pick your color and you'll get 3 different configurations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
They go over anything. So it just makes it, I think if you're not so I came up with the vase wrap ideas because I was entertaining a lot and I lived in a little condo in DC and I was using my stemless wine glasses to hold my flower arrangements. But then my friends would come over and there was nothing to drink out of. They had to drink out of like my water glasses because all my
Oh my goodness.
little glasses I was using.
Yeah.
And I was like, there has to be a better way. And I'm personally not a mason jar person. I like to cover this up so I can use my ugly things and keep my nice glasses for drinking, not as a vase. And I came up with the sleeve idea. So that's how that came about. And I think small arrangements, they're so easy to make. If you're not a professional flower arranger, they're pretty foolproof, which is just, you don't want to be worried about those things when you're entertaining.
Okay. Let me just say this. I love this. And I just have become in my mid 50s aware of the difference fresh flowers make in any room in your home. And also, since I've been introduced to Trader Joe's, we've had one just for a few years here. Oh my goodness.
Party trick, another party trick.
Oh, party. I'm going to write down we're going to do
Trader
a whole.
Joe's florals is a party trick. You're right. Keep going.
No. So the first party trick was decorate in odds. Okay. So party trick number 2.
Buy your flowers at Trader Joe's. They're the cheapest flowers there are, and they're good flowers.
Okay. For those who don't have a TJ's, what are some other options? It seems like I follow, there's a blogger that I love. I can't recall who, and I think she uses Publix, and you can occasionally find, depending upon the Publix, flowers there. Any other place?
Don't buy Whole Foods. They're so expensive and they're not.
Yes, they are.
So any grocery stores can be better than Whole Foods. But the bouquets that grocery stores sell that are mixed, if you just break them into thirds, you can create 3 little arrangements super easily, very cheaply, no fuss. So they're pretty easy.
Okay. Now, are your vase wraps, I know you have the different shapes, but do you have different heights?
They're all slightly a different height, but they all go around a mason jar, a stainless glass, a can. Like they're all high enough for that. They're about the same height.
Okay. That is a great, great, practical, inexpensive, easy way to have flowers, because you can get like a dozen mason jars or ball jars, whatever you want to call them, at Target for $10, and then order your vase wraps and you'll have different vases. And I'm like you, I don't want an exposed mason jar. That's more of it's beautiful in a certain setting, but it's more of a country look. Your wraps up level a mason jar to like literally they're beautiful. And I cannot wait to order that Tiffany gold. And I'm so glad you held that up, because I don't know that I would have picked that. I probably would have picked white and gold, but that Tiffany blue is exquisite. So I'm ordering that.
Yeah, it's not as intense as Tiffany blue. It's like a powdered version of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, so Lucy, you have the paper wraps. What else do you offer at Lucy Grymes?
So the second product we launched with are paper placemats. And we have 2 shapes, a regular rectangle and then a round scalloped shape. And what I think sets our paper placemats apart from others is the quality of the paper. It's like it feels like a coated paper. It's called silk finish. So people sometimes even touch it and like, oh, is this reusable? And I'm always like, well, it's paper, but it makes it look nicer on the table. It makes it feel nicer. It just levels up a little bit.
Okay, for my YouTube friends, I'm going to hold up 2 of the rectangular placemats.
I have a scalloped.
And then Lucy, oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Okay, I chose these 2 because I love decorating in blue and yellow. Y'all, look at these. Look, Lucy, I don't think I'm going to be able to make myself throw these away. They're exquisite. Can you, okay. And I'm sure there are instances, like if you've got just a few older ladies who are just maybe having a croissant and some coffee, and they don't spill anything, you can use that again. But
my mom leaves them out on the breakfast table, but I tell her, throw them away so you buy more.
Okay. So now tell everyone, and you're going to educate me as well. I want you to help educate us along the way on how to know what to use when, as well as how to properly dress a table. I just had Lily Alessandra, Sandra Yoder, on, and she showed us, told us how to build a bed with her beautiful linen. So I want you to do the same with your paper goods. So, is the difference between the scalloped placemat and the rectangular just aesthetic, or is there a functional difference?
So one is aesthetic for sure. The second one is a lot of people don't like to use, if you have a round table, a rectangle, because the corners overlap. So the scalloped fits better on a round table. But you can use the scalloped on a rectangle table. And the rectangle ones, they're paper, so you can easily just cut them into a square if you need them smaller. You can't cut the scallop smaller. So those would be the big differences.
Okay, so that's another tip. I love that. Is the scalloped what, 12 inches?
The scalloped is 15 inches.
Okay.
Rectangle 17 by 11 inches.
Okay, so for those who know about chargers, it's not a charger, it is a placemat. So it's not going to, it's going to be big enough for all your utensils to sit on top of your, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so, all right. So you have the placemats and scallop.
If we're going to build the table, I don't start with the placemat.
I want you to tell us from start to finish the ABCs. Do you want to go through everything you offer and then?
Yes, sure. Yeah, let's do that. So the last thing, we have one more, which we launched this summer, and it's this wine bag kit. So it comes with 6 wine bags and 6 ribbons that match. They're grosgrain ribbons.
I have that one, and I forgot to bring it. It's beautiful.
I don't have one done up, so I don't have a bottle to put around in the office, but this is what it looks like when it's all done. So you put, for those of you on the podcast, it's like a fully patterned, obviously painted. If you think about a paper bag that you get at the liquor store, a brown paper bag, but it's patterned, it's higher quality with a scallop top. And around the neck of your bottle, we have pre-cut grosgrain ribbons that match, so you can tie a big bow. So it's supposed to give off the aesthetic like you tied it in like a bunch of tissue, like tissue paper or wrapping paper, or not just a beautiful alternative to those overpriced ugly wine bags you buy with the handles.
Okay.
Which I think makes your wine look like an afterthought. Or
yes.
And sometimes you bring a beautiful bottle of wine or champagne to a hostess, but it's either not wrapped or it's in a really ugly wine bag. And it really just looks like an afterthought, even though it isn't. So by putting it in this little bag, which takes 3 seconds to tie up, it really up levels your hostess gift.
Okay, it absolutely does. And I'm just going to toss out a suggestion. And this it will run before Christmas, obviously, but buy these bags from Lucy. I've never seen these before, and they're beautiful. And you're right. If you don't know what to get someone, you can always grab just a nice bottle of wine, and this makes it look exquisite. Now, you can also, for those who maybe don't buy wine or drink wine, want to take another gift. What else can you use those for?
Any bottle, bubble bath. For a nice olive oil, which a nice olive oil is a wonderful gift.
Okay, I'll say this. Now, I'd be happy to get either a wine or an olive oil, but give me olive oil. Oh my goodness. And you can even at Costco, they have a fabulous Tuscan single origin olive oil that's less than $20, and to put it in that bag, that is a gift that keeps on giving.
That's another party trick. We're just having
party trick. Okay. Party trick number 4. Girl, we're on a roll. Okay.
Also olive oil.
Wine bag and EVOO. Okay.
And Costco one, because you always like a good deal.
Yes. Okay. And you can also do a lovely vinegar that has the mother in it, that like you can at Whole Foods, you can get the nice bottles of vinegar with the mother. I'm trying to think what else would go beautifully in those. Any of the oil, any other oil, like a nice avocado oil, you could do the spigot, you can buy the spigots that will, for wine, oil and vinegar. You could include that. There's so many things. What a lovely way to wrap any of those.
And you know what one of my friends is doing is she's doing a blind rosé, I think it's rosé tasting. And so she gave every friend a bag to bring the rosé in. And so it's like pretty on the bar, but you don't know, and there's a number on each one, but you don't know which rosé is which. So that's kind of a fun party idea too.
Okay, so a blind rosé tasting. So it's one person knows what each one is, and it's numbered, and everyone's tasting it. It's wrapped in your bags, and they choose the best tasting at the end.
Yeah. So I thought
Oh,
that was a fun idea.
what a fun party. Okay. All right. So now, this is what you can get. And I encourage everyone, go to lucygrymes.com. Look at all of the beautiful, Lucy, you have so many patterns. Now, let me tell you one thing. I know in the SEC fans region of the world, this is huge, probably elsewhere as well. You have game day themes, and I just saw you've got, I did not see you have, well, you can do anything, correct? Any
Right.
game.
So it's 5 patterns. This is for the placemats. It's 5 different patterns that are there. And when you order them, you tell us your school or whatever custom colors you want, whether it's for your company or whatever you want. And we'll pull the colors from the logos, or you just tell us, my daughter's having a unicorn birthday party. We want pink and purple. And then you can tell us anything to personalize on it. You can give us, you can say War Eagle, or you could say, like, we had one company do it, Rise Up Queens, and we put since it was a company, we could do their logo. We can't do school logos because that's legally we can't.
Oh, okay.
You can, or if it's, someone's birthday, happy 5th birthday, Lucy, we can do anything you want. You can choose any colors, you can choose anything to put on it. And we have 5 different patterns.
Okay. Would you recommend, if you're going to have a party and you want everyone to you want to use your goods, do you use, now I ordered these from Amazon specifically to go with your papers. They're disposable, but they don't look, they actually look like they're a imitation of Vietre, which is my casual, it's Vietre, however you pronounce it. It's the Tuscany. So I bought it. And it's disposable, or actually you can wash it because you can use it. But look how pretty that is on your.
Oh, that's perfect.
And if whether it's an office party or a party, you don't have to clean up. You can toss everything. Look how beautiful. Okay, so Lucy, let's start and let's talk party and how to dress a table that's beautiful, but that when you're done, you can either throw it away or wash some of it or whatever.
Well, I think if you're trying to build a table, this is again for entertaining purposes, not for your casual Tuesday night dinner. I think you need to add layers in order for the table to look next level. But it is not hard to add layers. There's a couple different ways you can do it super easily. Okay. One way is to start with the tablecloth. The second you put a tablecloth down, it takes it to the next, it just adds a different pattern, it adds a different color. I always do a pattern to tablecloth. I don't do tablecloths personally, but you can. I'm a pattern person, so I do patterned.
Okay, help us here, Lucy, because I'm over here in the South. We're all white tablecloth, but it is boring. It's classic, but it's boring. So tell us, educate us on how to choose a beautiful, high quality looking or high quality pattern tablecloth. Where do you go? What are some prints and patterns?
So what's really popular right now that people love are block print. And even though my patterns are printed, they aren't a block print. And so they actually go well with the block print, which is
block print.
Like out of India, where they literally, it's like where they take the block and it's a repeat pattern.
Oh, okay. And where can you find those? Home Goods or?
So 2 of my favorite, since I'm a small business, I'll support other small businesses, is Just Darvini.
Spell that last name, Just
Darvini, Darviney, or just Y, I can't remember.
And she's on Instagram?
She is, and she has a fabulous tablecloths and napkins, fabulous. Hampton House Linens is also fabulous block print.
And I've heard of them. Okay.
And I will say the other thing, if you're not a block print person, is a simple gingham that you can get from Target or Home Goods. Like a light blue gingham matches like all of my placemats. Like a thick, like I do a big one. If you're not a pattern person, an easy rule of thumb, and if you are a pattern person, you're comfortable with mixing patterns, you can ignore this advice. But if you aren't comfortable with mixing patterns, an easy way to make sure it's going to all flow well is you start with your biggest, chunkiest pattern on the bottom. And as you layer up, you get more intricate and smaller.
Okay, that's a party trick.
So
Okay.
that's like an easy way. So like a big kind of, light blue or dull gingham is a really easy base layer that you can build off of.
Okay. So
And you
party.
put a placemat, on top of it. And then, so that's 2 layers. You can set your table with your plates if you have really pretty plates that you think look good. If you have plain plates and you're like, this white plate just isn't going to cut it for my tablescape, leave the plate off. You do not need the plate to finish the look.
Okay.
And you can with the paper goods. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see a lot of people set their table with their fancy china, but a paper placemat because they don't have good placemats, or they're doing a fun butterfly luncheon, or they're doing a girls luncheon and they want the paper placemat brings in the theme, but they get to use their fancy china. But then on the flip side, if you're having a 30-person barbecue and you're like, I don't want to do dishes at the end, the paper placemat's a fun way to kind of bring a little sophistication or fun or elevate the pattern. And then you can use any disposable plate with it. So you can go either direction.
Okay. I love this so much because let me tell you, you will have people who are all about it's got to be, especially in the South, you see this, it's got to be white tablecloth, white napkins. I have tried that before, but when I see 24 or 30 wrinkled white napkins and think I've got to iron those, they've got stains in them. They're okay for certain things, but this idea that you have of beautiful but disposable, if you wish, it's phenomenal. It's a game changer.
And I will say, if you want to use a paper napkin, but paper napkins can be kind of icky sometimes. Do you know the company Simulinen? They're out of Italy, and
Oh,
they feel like linen, like they're just super soft. I mean, you know that they're disposable, but they honestly are super soft. They come in very plain, sophisticated, like maybe white with a gray stripe or just plain white, but they're really good disposable napkin if you are trying to save, 30 stained wrinkled napkins.
yes. Okay. Simulinen in Italy. And everyone, I will have all this in the show notes. I'll make sure I have the correct links for all of this because I'm going to be ordering a lot of this.
Yeah,
So,
they're great. And there's another one. It starts with a V. I forget the name. I'll send it to you. They have maybe better patterns, but whichever. But here comes to my third layer. So you have your tablecloth, but if you have a beautiful table, you do not need to put a tablecloth on. Like some, wood bases are beautiful. I love the natural
okay.
one. So then you have a placemat. And then if you don't want a plate on it, you can fold your napkin in a simply cool way that gives it some dimension and have it on your placemat. And that will immediately just kind of, without a plate down, make it look, it's no longer flat. It's no longer 2D, which is like nice, right? You want the
Yes.
plate will give it dimension, or you can just fold the napkin. And the most easy way to do that is to like fold it diagonally and tie a knot in the middle, tie it in a knot and put it like at the top or on the side. It takes seconds. I mean, there's a lot of other really cool ways to fold a napkin. You can go to YouTube. That's super simple. But people underestimate the power of the napkin on the table setting.
Okay. And let that is a fabulous idea. And let me backpedal because you're right. Most printed napkins, or a lot of them, don't look great. I'm going to look into the ones you recommended. But if you hit Home Goods right, you can find a bundle of very beautiful printed or classic for 99 cents a piece. So if you're going to have a big party and you don't want napkins to have to fill with laundering, just, chalk that up to a business expense and, or donate them after. But that is a great idea. And I want to ask you this. Let's say we're talking to someone who's going to use these ideas. They're going to have a big party and they're going to use all of these fabulous ideas. Would you suggest that you go ahead and put your plates, whatever they're going to be, at each place? Or do you recommend just stacking the plates by the food, and then people just know they go find a placemat with a napkin and they put it down. I guess that's just preference, isn't it?
It is preference. I mean, as far as the aesthetic of the table, sometimes the plates finish the look and it looks fabulous and you have beautiful china. Like if you have beautiful china, put that stuff out. Let
Mhm.
people see it, enjoy it before there's food on it. But if you're going to be using white paper plates or just a plain paper plate or plain white plate that you don't think goes with your look, you with a nicely folded cool napkin, your setting looks complete without a plate.
Oh, okay. That is
I think.
wonderful.
And then my last part is the centerpiece. The centerpiece I feel like intimidates a lot of people, but
Mhm.
honestly, and you do not have to use a vase wrap for this. You can use any little, vases you have at house. A lot of little vases down, you don't even have to do a lot, but little arrangements down the middle of the table are super easy, not intimidating. You can cut flowers from your garden. You can get cheapo flowers. They're easy to arrange, but I personally feel like you definitely need live flowers at your table.
Okay. So if we order your vase wraps, we would order 3, 5, 7, 9, based upon the length of the table and how many flowers. And just, would you recommend just for to let everything else shine, keeping one, getting say if we order 2, let's say I ordered the Tiffany, should I order 2 of the Tiffany where I'll have 6 of the same color pattern, or should I order because one set has 3 vase wraps?
Mhm. So I think it depends. Like the Tiffany, you could do all Tiffany that matches. I also will set a table we have a solid gold, a golden white, and a gold chinoiserie, and I'll mix and match all of those down the table. I'm a maximalist. I mix and match, but you can do either. And when you go to the website, you'll see some do kind of go together, and then some just will sit on their own.
Okay. And you said you have videos and tutorials that people.
I have a lot of flower arranging videos and tutorials of how to prep your glass, what glasses to use, how to make really simple arrangements like a hydrangea that look really big, but they use like no flowers. So yes, I have lots of tips and tricks for arranging flowers.
Okay. Now, can you, and if you don't have one, do one, and then we can share it on our social media together. I'm a tulip girl. Tulips are my favorite flowers.
Love a tulip. Okay, the tulip trick is you want the tulip trick?
Oh, wait, this is number number 6.
I think tulips are such beautiful flowers and they dance and they grow and they open.
Yes.
And I think you want to give them room to dance and grow and open and be a tulip. So I really think it's a beautiful table if you just have a few arrangements down the table, just a few tulips in each. But if you only have like 2 or 3, if you only have 3 or 5 tulips in a vase, it's hard. They'll just be like off to the side. So what you buy is you buy a mini wine carafe. They're like 8 ounces. So it's a mini wine carafe. They're wide at the base, but they get really skinny at the top and they open again like a carafe.
Yes.
And the mini wine crafts are like 99 cents. And you can put 3 tulip stems in it and they stick straight up and they have room to dance and grow. And then you put the mini wine craft in the vase wrap and people have no clue it's a mini vase. They think it's like a real vase.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Mini wine craft is the tulip trick.
Oh my. Okay. Where do you get the mini wine carafe?
You can order them online. If you literally Google mini wine craft.
Okay. Do they have them any place like Target? I've never.
They used to Threshold, the Target brand
Yeah.
Threshold,
Yeah.
used to carry them. They went away during COVID, which I don't know if they got rid of them or if it was a supply issue.
Okay.
But Threshold did used to have them.
Okay.
Now
What
I
I
have so many I've accumulated, I don't buy them anymore. But
Okay. When we get off, I'm going online. I'm going to Google mini wine craft and I'm going to order several of those to go with your wine wraps because this is okay.
a
I'm just
mason jar has a big neck. It takes a lot of flowers sometimes. The mini wine crafts, you're done.
okay. I'm going to just because I want to hang on. I want to show my YouTube people something. 1 second. Okay. Because we're talking about beautiful and practical. Now I do. And when I'm at TJ's when tulips are in season, but if you ever find beautiful
Oh,
faux tulips, get them. Look at these. They look real. And I'm a tulip
amazing.
aficionado. Look at these.
Those
They're
are amazing.
now I spent a little a pretty penny on these. But you know what? When tulips are not in season, you're not going to find tulips. You're just not. They're a seasonal, and these are so beautiful. And I'm going to order your vases. And what a beautiful table. Oh my goodness.
And a fake flower that's good is really expensive. So if you're buying a cheap one, it's online, it's going to look cheap when you get it. And there is a difference.
That is a tip. I'm going to put that as a party tip. Fake flowers or faux. I'm going to put faux.
That's a better word.
Yeah. Faux flowers, expect to pay.
Yeah.
But this is the way I look at it.
They last.
Oh, they'll last.
Right.
And because of what I do, and in the background, I've always got flowers at my window, and I can't wake up one day knowing I've got a photo shoot and say, oh, I need to run get tulips. They may not have them. They may not be pretty. But I always keep them. And I've probably spent for all of these, it was a little close to 300, but they will be forever. Now, this is they told me this when I bought these. They said, keep them out of the sunlight, but especially, well, mainly the white, the pink aren't really going to do anything. The sunlight will make the white ones yellow.
Are they like a little rubbery, maybe? Are they those ones? I love those ones.
Yes, these are.
Those look so nice.
And these were at a high-end boutique here in town. And they have them all over their store. Yes, they look like, literally, if I had a vase of either, I could not tell the difference in the real or the faux, but they are. I'm trying to see if there's a real touch. The real touch.
I've seen those ones. Those ones are like they're very nice looking.
And everyone, I'll try to find them for my friends who are watching or listening. I'll try to see if I can find these online, but worth every penny and take a table to another level. So, and Lucy, I'm just going to ask you this, since you are in the party world and you're so, familiar with all this. Can you use tulips any time of the year?
I do. You can't always find them. I'll use any flower I can buy. I just think flowers are beautiful. So I'm sure some people out there are probably like, no, that's a seasonal thing. But personally, if they're selling it, I'll use it.
Do you have any, because you've given us so many great resources that I'm going to link to. Do you have any online sources for beautiful faux flowers that you've used before?
So you just have to be careful. You can get really nice, that same like rubbery feeling ones, you can get them at Michael's. They can be expensive, but things are always 50% off at Michael's.
That's true.
So like if you go in like August, you can buy summer florals 50% off.
What about Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, you can buy those fancy ones there and you're going to pay a lot for them, but they always end up going on sale. So I would just wait till they go on sale.
Okay.
And you have to read the descriptions, read the reviews, and obviously the really expensive ones are going to be the nicer ones. If you buy the cheap ones, they're going to look cheap when they come.
Okay. Now, are you saying go online or just go into the store and see?
Both.
Okay. Lucy,
online can be a little overwhelming sometimes because they have so many.
And you can't really tell in the picture.
Yeah, the store, you can totally find them. It's not that hard. I do a lot of pop-ups and events, and since it's too hard to do real flowers with those, I have a collection of my faux flowers and I just collect them. Like I pop into Michael's and I look at the 50% off section and I always find decent ones. Okay.
And I want to also, and I'll include it in the show notes, everyone follow. You're on Instagram. You're one of my favorites. I'm obsessed. Your stories are so everything you share is like a nugget that is useful. But remind me, because
I'm more shy. I don't show my face that often, but I'm trying to.
Oh my goodness, but you're the cutest ever. And you're so perky. And I love your voice is so cute. What is your because you're just on I've favorited you where I don't miss any of your stuff. So but is it just Lucy Grymes at Lucy Grymes?
Yeah, it's Lucy_Grymes, but it's Grymes with the Y, GRYMES, not an I.
Okay, at Lucy_Grymes. Follow, guys. You will get tips aplenty. Where did the GRYMES come from?
It's Richmond Grymes from Richmond, Virginia. So the I is from Mississippi. Two different families. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. 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 So you share all of that on your Instagram, all of the tips and tricks. Is there another place that you share your website?
We get our website. I mean, we're attempting to start Pinterest. My
Oh,
lovely gal Riley is, but I'm not a Pinterest user, so it's been a little difficult, but we're making it. We're making it.
how many employees do you have, Lucy?
It's me and Riley,
I just have to okay, for
but
any
we outsource fulfillment. It used to be in Auburn. Our fulfillment used to be in Auburn, but it's not anymore. So we don't do fulfilling. So that helps.
now fulfillment means shipping.
Yes. So when you place an order, they will ship it out for me and
Do
they
you,
hold the inventory.
so okay, that's wonderful.
Up until this year, I did up until January, I did fulfillment, and it just got too much. So I'm trying to paint the new collection. I'm trying to design new products. I'm trying to customer service, but
Well,
so, yeah.
why are you in DC?
I love DC. So I moved here for my first job, and I'll be here forever.
Oh, okay. So it's okay. But and you can do your business there and you just love it. So do you have a facility there or do you just work from your home?
So I have an office, which I'm in. That's why the wall behind me is so ugly right now. It's our conference room. We don't put any effort into decorating.
Yeah.
But we get all of our placemats printed and our vase wraps created right outside of DC in a suburb in Maryland. And the wine bags are made in Asia because you can't make them here. But so yeah, they're made right here and then they're shipped to Missouri and everything's fulfilled out of Missouri.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you've got the supply chain going on. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
well, some days we're still waiting on a shipment that was supposed to be here a month ago from Asia. So,
Oh, well, yeah, you can't control them over there, but oh my goodness. Okay. Well, Lucy, okay, so you've told us about the table. We've got 7 party tricks.
oh gosh.
You've listed all of the places to find lovely, beautiful paper napkins, anything. Okay.
I'm gonna send you so people go back and check her notes. The other really good paper napkin company. I'm forgetting it. Starts with a V. But I'll send
Okay. Any other things that oh, okay, and I've got some on order and can't wait to use them and they're coming in so handy because we're in the basement, but I want the holidays to still be pretty. And I've got your okay, I think it's the reindeer or your holiday papers are exquisite. When do people need to order for the holiday placemat or all that? What's the timeline? If they, I
well,
mean, my thing is always just order when you know
we're
you want.
launching. Do you know Cotton and Quill? Mary Catherine from Cotton Quill?
That name is
She went to Auburn too. She's out of Birmingham.
oh
And
wait, let me write this down and I'll reach out to her.
we're launching our collaboration with her next week. Patterns, which is our fall patterns. And then we'll launch Christmas October 1. And we're starting the 12 weeks of Christmas. So each week there's going to be a special gift or maybe a new product, or maybe each week there's going to be something special going on. Maybe
Okay.
one week is like we give 50% of proceeds to a charity. So each week we're just going to do something fun, for fun.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so Cotton and Quill. I need to reach out to her. And is she going to be doing anything locally? And I'll go see. Or does she have a storefront, or she's just
doing a pop-up. She's doing a couple pop-ups, and then we're actually coming to Birmingham the week of November 14th and doing a pop-up.
okay? Please make
We
sure I
don't
know
have the
that.
date. Once I have the date, I was 100% going to let you know, but the date's a little in the air still.
Oh,
And then we're also popping up all over the Southeast this fall. So we're going to be in like Charlotte, and we're going to be in Birmingham, and we're going to be in well, this isn't really Southeast, it's Texas, Dallas, and San Antonio, and DC. And so we're going to be a bunch of different places too.
so if someone sees that there's a Lucy Grymes pop up near them, go, because you'll be able to buy there. You'll be able to get your design advice and tips. You'll be able to look at all the different. Do you have pretty much everything represented there? Are you going to carry a lot of it?
And we're going to add some fun products just for pop up, like wrapping paper and stuff too.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So November. Oh, okay, y'all. I'm so excited. So I'll see you November 14th, and I'm going to get your wrapping paper. I have a sweet girl, Perry Lane, who does my wrapping, and you give her all of the things that you like because she wants to wrap according to your Okay, so I'm going to get all my wrapping paper from you on the 14th and I'll be good.
Yes.
Party tip. It's worth every penny. It may seem like save the Starbucks money and use it to pay someone to wrap your Christmas
That is a
gift.
really good party trick. I used to share my
Oh.
this with some gals who that they did wrapping at Christmas, and it is such a good party trick. And you know what? I use my extra placemats as wrapping paper for like a book or small things all the time.
Oh, what another party tip. That is okay. Yes.
Like if you're giving someone a book, or like someone donated last year like 30 books to a school. And so they got a pad of paper and they just wrapped all 30 books in the placemat.
I love that. And you know what? That is next level, I guess, sophistication to always wrap something before you give it.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
that.
why the wine bags for the hostess gifts. That's what I
Okay.
think. I think it's next. Like you can't give something unwrapped because it seems thoughtless.
It really does. And I'm to blame about last minute. Oh my goodness, we don't have a gift. Running into Fresh Market, getting a bottle of wine and just taking it. I'm so sorry this isn't wrapped. That is so tacky. That is not Southern grace or charm. So I'm glad I'm gonna make sure. And this is a party trick. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have 10.
We're transforming right now.
Yes, this is life changing. Okay, so the eight was the what was eight? We just talked about it. Pay someone to wrap.
Wrap, yes. Yes.
Okay, 9 is
Or
to
if you're young and you're a college student trying to hustle, up your wrapping game and get people to pay you to wrap, right?
yes,
People want like, go to
yes.
your neighbors, go to your mom's friends.
Oh my goodness. And party tip number 9, keep a party wrap or a gift wrap. Keep supplies on hand. You're never going to have time, never, to buy a gift and then say, now let me go buy wrapping paper, or at least I don't. I'm too scattered. I'm not that organized. Have a gift closet where you have gifts. Even if there's a wine sale at Costco, or there's a sale on, or grab a couple of bottles of their EVOO at when you see them, and you can find wonderful gourmet wines and vinegars at Home Goods. Grab 3 or 4 bottles, order Lucy's paper goods, use them, and then save the ones that don't get dirty, or the vase wraps, just save. And you have your gift and your wrap. Every holiday party you go to, you've got a beautiful gift to present to the hostess at the door.
And I'll say one last thing, and this is something I learned, which I think is funny. I thought I was going to create the vase wraps for people to use themselves, but I would say 80% of the people who buy them, they buy it as a hostess gift because they come with a bow already on it. They come wrapped. So people give it as a hostess gift, just like this.
Oh my goodness.
What people buy it for.
Okay, your vase wraps.
Yeah, because they come with for the people listening on the podcast, they come with the grosgrain ribbon tied across the top in a bow.
Okay.
So it's not wrapped, but it's wrapped.
That is amazing. Well, everyone, I know if you've been watching or listening, you don't need for me to tell you how fabulous Lucy Grymes products are, how practical but beautiful these things are. And I will say this all day long. I love supporting fabulous small business owners like you. And I do want to say, I commend you because you support a local charity or local in-street village. It's a community service that can you just quickly share with everyone how you've helped them?
And Street Village is an amazing local nonprofit, and it helps women experiencing homelessness because a lot of women are financially dependent on men. And when something happens, domestic abuse, or maybe even substance, addiction, they fall on hard times. So they give these women all the resources they need, training, therapy, temporary housing to get back on their feet and become an independent woman again. And when I first launched, all of our vase wraps, because they're the origami inspired shape, they're actually all hand folded. So they come in a sheet and you have to hand fold each one. And they hand folded them for us. And we paid them a living wage and they got something on their resume so they could go out and apply to a job and they'd have a letter of reference. COVID hit and they didn't want the women, you couldn't have outsiders in the facilities anymore. So they don't do that. But now we do different projects with them. Now our charity week during the 12 weeks of Christmas is our give back will be to them. So, I'm a woman in the community. I want to help women in my community. And I think we have to help each other. We have to look out for each other.
I love that. I love women supporting women. That is amazing. Is In Street Village a specific to DC?
It is, but it's like a model now that a lot of cities are building off of. So you should look in your community. You might have something that's similar.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, and it's a gold star version of it for women. So a lot of cities have it now, of similar esque
Yes.
situation.
Women that you're empowering through work
Yeah.
and building a resume and building their own, I guess, Vita. This is amazing. Lucy, thank you. You are a delight.
Well, thank you. And like I said, and you were one of the first people I started following and such. So this is really full circle. So I was so honored when I was finally, caught your eyes. So
Oh,
likewise, it's been wonderful.
well, thank you. And you,
Enjoy your hot dogs.
oh my goodness. I'm all about food. I cannot wait. Problem solved for what we're going to eat next week. And we're hopefully going to be outside in the backyard. So that is perfect. And Lucy, you have an open invitation anytime to be on the SavvyCast. I want to talk to you when we get off briefly about doing a few other things, because I love your beautiful work and you're just a delight. Thank you, Lucy.
Oh,
And
thank you.
and thanks to all of you watching and listening. I'm so grateful for you. And as always, until the next episode, you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you.